simple definition was waiting without complaint. And sometimes like we can interpret that a different way. Whenever like our mom is like making dinner and we're waiting for our mom to make dinner, we'll watch TV. That's not patient because there's not any kind of like, although you're waiting and you're not complaining, it's not the same because there's no like discomfort involved. And so like the complex or a better definition of patience is to endure discomfort without complaint. First of all, God called us to be patient. Will someone look up Ephesians 4:1-3? Does anyone have the Bibles on them or on the phones?
I can't really see that.
You got a second? Who has the third verse? You got it? Jason, can you get the fourth? Or you get the first one? Tim, will you get the fourth?
You can get the fifth one.
Yours is from Washington.
I'll get the fifth one.
And then I might do the second.
Which one is that? And then I got yours. Oh wait.
I'm getting Psalms 37.
So you
Oh wait, no, I'm not. I'm getting Psalms 40.
God, you people.
I got some.
What did that even say? I can't.
Somebody got James 5.
Is that Psalm 37, 7-9? I hope so. This is not the best video today. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, does anyone have a first?
How are you doing?
Jason, you have the first verse?
Yeah.
Dark color.
As a
He
prisoner
just
of the
disagreed
Lord,
with stuff.
then I urge you to live a life worthy of calling you have received.
Can you read it one more time?
As a prisoner for the Lord, then I urge you to live a life worthy of calling you have received. But be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace.
All of these verses right here are about how God like asks us to be patient. The next one is Galatians 5:22. Have the fruit of the Spirit with love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, and faithfulness. And then the next one, Galatians 6:9.
Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up.
And then the last one is Colossians 3:12-13.
So as those who have been chosen of God, holy and beloved, put on a heart of compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience, bearing with one another and forgiving each other, whoever has a complaint against anyone. Just as the Lord forgave you, so also should you.
All right. So we need to be patient for God to answer our prayers or to show up in some part of our life. Because sometimes it puts us in situations where we have to be patient in order to better ourselves. Because no one wants to be with a person who's impatient. A lot of times I'm impatient, like at the DMV, I'm just like sitting there and like just complaining. Like I found like if you just like think about it, I went to the studio workshop over the summer last summer, and they gave us these like purple rubber bands on our wrist, and there were three things. It was you couldn't complain, gossip, or I don't remember what the last one was, but so like you had to go throughout the day, and if you found yourself doing that, then you had to switch hands, switch the bracelet, switch hands with the bracelet, and so you had to like see how long you can go without having to switch hands. And this lady that did it said she did it for a year on one hand, and it changed her life completely. She realized how much she actually complained and how much her life changed when she didn't complain and was patient. And so a lot of times in life, like people have a tendency to want things when they want them and not be able to wait for them. Like an example for me is like I would rather, whenever I got my iPhone, at the store they were out, and so I could either go to another store and get one that was a different color and less lights than I wanted, or wait till late October, and get the one that I wanted. And I don't have the patience to wait a month for like a phone. Like I had to go to the next store, had to get it that day. And so even if it's in the long run, it's smarter to wait, I won't wait. And so a lot of times in life, God will kind of test us. And so we pray for something and for him to like answer our prayer, or for someone to get better from a sickness. And a lot of times he'll kind of like let it take its like toll, so that you like learn how to be patient, because like it's an important thing in life. Will someone read Psalm 40, verse 1?
I relied completely on the Lord, and he turned toward me and heard my cry for help.
And the next one is Psalm 37. It says, "Wait patiently for the Lord. Wait confidently for him. Do not fret over the apparent success of a sinner, a man who carries out wicked schemes. Do not be angry and frustrated. Do not fret. That only leads to trouble. Wicked men will be wiped out, but those who rely on the Lord are the ones who will possess the land." And then the last one is Isaiah 43.
They who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not be faint.
God also asks us to be patient for him to come to earth. Will someone read James 5, 7, and 8? You got it?
Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth the precious fruit of the earth, and hath long patiently. Why am I in the King James? Try again. Okay, sorry about that. Be patient then, brothers and sisters, until the Lord's coming. See how the farmers wait for the land to yield its valuable crop, patiently, waiting for the autumn and spring rains. You too, be patient and stand firm, because the Lord's coming is near.
Yeah, so like I said, people have a tendency to want things when they want them. In order to have patience, you must have self-control, humility, and generosity. So patience is kind of like a super virtue that's like composed of other things. And so before you can have patience, you have to have those three. Jesus was patient with his disciples. They were quick to anger and slow to believe. A lot of times, like whenever like Jesus would perform a miracle, they like wouldn't believe that it actually happened. And like Jesus went through that like several different times and never got angry about it. Like he would confront it when it was a big deal, but like whenever he died on the cross and he was resurrected, he showed the disciples his like the holes in his hands, and they didn't believe that he actually had risen from the dead until they saw the hole in his hands. So like it's kind of like a test for them to see like he was just like they were slow to believe, so God was just like really patient with them and like showed them a lot of grace. There's three different types of patience. One of them is patience needed when facing a nuisance of any kind, or something that like irritates you, but you hold your tongue, like someone that's complaining around you. A lot of times people like won't be like patient with them; they'll just like get angry and tell them to stop complaining. Another one is boredom, which I'm sure we all face every day, at either like work or school. Like people that work at like a little ice cream shop, like I've noticed, they like serve ice cream to one person and then wait for hours. So like I have a lot of friends that are always complaining about how patient they have to be at work. And then the third is any kind of patience required when someone suffers in some way, which is either physical or emotional. When someone's going through an injury and they're always hurting, they kind of just like suck it up and be patient with it and not always be complaining about it, because everyone around them knows they're hurting, but it's not something they want to like keep being reminded about. And then something else I thought that I should define was, what is complaining? Complaining, just the general definition, is to make known one's irritation or frustration about some matter. And it's not always verbal. It can be like a sigh or a roll of the eyes. Just something that gets your point across. So I just wanted to challenge you guys to try to like hold your tongue and keep from complaining, because no one likes someone that complains, and God calls us to be patient for him and for others. That's it. Does anyone have anything else to add? Does anyone have an example of a time when they weren't patient this past week? Nothing? Okay, I have one. It's kind of funny and kind of, yeah, I'm just going to tell you. I work at stables, I take care of these horses, and the owners took these 2 of the 4 horses to a rodeo, so I had to go take care of the horses and feed them on Wednesday night, and I had a parade that night, and so I had about an hour to go and feed them and get them into the stables, and they're out in the pasture, and every time that I would take a step towards one of them with the bridle, they would dart. And so I spent about 30 minutes running around, chasing horses, trying to corner them, and like, it took forever, and I got so impatient, I almost just left and didn't feed them. But I ended up laying on the ground, and they like would walk up to me, like, because I wasn't a threat when I'm laying on the ground. It felt like a scene from a movie. Like I was literally running around yelling at these horses. Like, I almost like jumped on their back and just like, it was like the most like frustrating situation. But I got like so mad, and I just like took a second and sat down. Like, what am I doing? These are horses. Like, why am I getting so angry? And so I ended up luring them in with food. But I realized like how impatient I was after like 5 minutes of trying to chase them. So. Anybody else have?
I have an example of someone being patient. Pretty much, I was supposed to get my permit at the beginning of August, but I never got it. I went, since we had Friday and Monday off, I'm like, okay, I can go get it then. So Friday, go with my mom up there, and she doesn't want to wait up there with me, so pretty much I'm standing in line. I get to the front of the line, she's not here, she's not answering her phone, so pretty much I have to walk home. So, and then I go up there, she like asked me like where I was. I'm like, where were you? That's my question. Right? So, pretty much like, okay, I'll take you up there later. We go up there around like 10 o'clock. We get there, get to the front of the line, we get our number, we wait. I wait for 2 hours. My mom waited for an hour and she left. And pretty much, like, I get delayed. My number, I call, I'm like, okay, I have a problem. My mom's not here. He's like, well, you have to get another number. And I had work in an hour, so I couldn't wait again. So pretty much, I'm still trying to be patient.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Whenever I turned 16, I wasn't able to get a car right then, and all my friends were getting cars when they were 16. I know it's kind of like a first world problem, but I had to be really patient because I just wanted to buy like the first car that I saw and not really like wait for like a good deal. And so, like I said with the phone, like in the long run, it's better to wait it out. In the moment, I'm ready to like get it right whenever I want it. Anything else?
Okay, I can't write, so I had to take my test, like, speaking to Mr. Eaton. I don't know if you know Mr. Eaton.
Oh.
But he could not understand what I was trying to say. When I would, like, tell him, like, what I was, like, answering. And, like, every time I would answer, he'd be like, okay, well, do you have anything more to add? And then I would, like, I don't know, I was just really ticked. And,
Yeah.
it was really
I have to be really patient with teachers whenever.
like,
I have to be really patient whenever like the teachers like go through a PowerPoint and they change the slide after 2 seconds. I'm just like, I write down everything and it makes me so mad. So I like take pictures of each slide as they go by and like I'm like writing it down. Like it makes me so annoying.
When I just got my license, I was driving or whatever, but my parents were trying to make me to learn stick, like how to drive manual and that. Like, I did not want to learn how to drive. Like, I put off getting my permit because my dad said you can't get your permit until like you learn how to drive manual. And I was like, so I put off my permit for 3 months, and then finally I get my license, and then they finally make me learn how to drive stick, and I did not want to learn. And now it's the best thing I've ever done because like I love it. So cool. I don't know. It took me forever to learn, but it was worth it. But I got so frustrated trying to learn from my dad, and it was awful, but it was worth it. So.
That's an example.
I had to go to court once made for a ticket, and the couple was like, oh, it's right around the appointment was at 2. I'm like, oh, it'd be like for football, it's gonna take like 3 hours until paperwork for like half an hour, but forever. Then I found out this is gonna suck, and then they called my name immediately. So, like it took like 20 minutes. But the whole time I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
So I leave rather than be here, you know. But then I should have gotten to the line. It's less than go.
Right. A lot of times it's about the attitude that you have. All right. We do further questions. Yeah. What's up?
I thought it was interesting how, like, when you're defining patience, you said without complaining. Because a lot of times, like, we think of patience as just waiting no matter what. Just you've got to make it to it no matter what you have to do. But I guess it's just kind of important and interesting to remember that keeping a positive attitude, not complaining, and doing it the right way is also important too.
And I have one more for the game tonight. I'm just like this tonight. Just saying like we have patience like throughout everything, like good or bad. You should be really like wait for the plays to happen and just hopefully.
All right. Do you wanna?
Yeah, I'll write it down. I got you.
It was a good marker today. So.
Hey, Sammy. When I say write down your favorite verses, I meant like just one on each card.
Awkward.
What happened to your phone, Kate? What happened to your phone? until you have to receive. It's pretty weird.
Because I saw it yesterday, it was perfectly fine.
My brother, 3 days ago when he was playing football, fractured his ankle right by his growth plate. And if he doesn't stay off of it and take care of it for the next weeks, he's probably going to have surgery. So prayers that my brother is smart about not walking on his foot. Yeah.
Quick question. How do you, like who's good at English, how do you do that? Chandler's brother's ankle? Is it Chandler apostrophe S?
Yes, brothers.
Brother apostrophe S.
Yes. Yeah. Chandler's brother's ankle.
Chandler's brother's.
Tim works at Katie. We're not got taken care of.
Chandler's brother's ankles.
You could put the ankle of Chandler's brother.
My mom still starting to get bothersome. Even more bothersome. And pray for me and have patience tonight. Let me be impatient.
You're so patient.
Actually, no, I know that's going to happen.
Just me and my family. Avery.
Awesome. I didn't know you changed your name, bro.
Good one.
I usually don't record this part because this is not helpful to anybody. Unless you want to.
Oh. Wait, never mind.
I need to put them on YouTube. I keep forgetting. Yep. They're on there. Who else needs some prayer?
Yeah, pray for the game tonight.
Yeah. Pray that nobody gets hurt tonight at the game.
Injuries at all times. Oh yeah, Garrett's here. Soldiers. Put soldiers. You already did? Oh, what do you think?
Like, being on the court is kind of been really cool, but there's some people that I don't think agree with it, and they haven't been very nice about it. To me.
Oh, my friend's adoption.
Oh, McLean, have a safe trip back.
Yeah. So basically, like the child, her parents, it's in Africa, so her parents, if their parents are still alive and they know who they are, they won't let the parents adopt them. So they've been going through this adoption for 3 years, and this is the closest they've been to actually adopting her. So they went to the adoption court the other day, and the child had to literally sit there and listen to her parents say, "We don't care about our child. We don't want her. We want her to be given a good, or we don't even care about her. We haven't even talked to her for years. We don't even know her. We don't want her at all." And that was just really hard for her to sit through that. And then, but the judge still isn't giving them leeway to letting the new parents adopt her.
McLean, safe trip back from Jamaica.
Yeah.
She's there right now.
Yeah.
So she's coming back tonight, isn't she?
I think so.
Yeah, she's
Oh, my dad's uncle passed away.
Oh, that's
They
sad.
were really close. I don't know.
Wait, what was the one about Avery's family?
You just said his family.
Avery's family.
Yeah.
This Avery.
This is Avery. You can talk to him if you want to.
Are you gonna shake that? Say what? Tori's shoulder.
Oh, this is one. Last Sunday, we talked in youth ministry, and people were talking about how they couldn't find time for God, how they couldn't talk to him.
Finding time for God for everyone.
That we all find God.
We all get time.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, I'm getting too busy though.
Pray for safety tomorrow too for everyone. Just the whole school.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh
Those cards
yeah.
they gave us.
What?
Those little cards they gave us. Did you get one of those?
Nah.
Oh, I already know Galatians 2:20.
Always have to win at my back. Good field goals.
Love coming.
What is it?
I think that goes under.
Teen Crisis Hotline.
What?
Rape Crisis Hotline.
Wait, what is
My
it?
second period teacher gave this to our class. It was it's homecoming weekend this weekend. Make sure you stay safe.
Wow.
Alright, anything else?
Where's Johnny?
Yeah, I got it.
Tim, where's Johnny? Where's John? So pray for John's safety wherever he is.
Probably doing homework. He's probably got a test for his period. Probably doing some homework.
Anyone else have any?
Wait, did you already pray for you, Tori, in your arm? Alright. No problem. About your leg. There's nothing wrong with you.
His phone. Alright, should I pause it?
Oh,
should I pause
wait,
it?
Austin,
Should I
add
pause it?
Sammy's leg to
Should I
that.
pause it? Should I pause it?